Buenos dias. Welcome. Welcome to our Insta Life Emotional Healing. Today, what does radical acceptance mean? And this is a very important topic because I consider radical acceptance to be the most important aspect in emotional healing. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So happy to have you here. So radical acceptance, the most important aspect in emotional healing, in overall healing, and in living a peaceful, happy life. But before we dive into exactly what does radical acceptance mean, I would like to talk about what the opposite of radical acceptance is, and that is resistance. Resistance to life, resistance to what is happening. All of us here have experienced the suffering and the pain that comes along with resisting to what is happening, to when we don't like what is going on and we need it to be different in order for us to be at peace or happy or even consider our well-being. And what happens then is that we create this blockage that we have spoken before, right? We go against the flow of life, and that creates disease, and that creates totally the opposite of what we want for our lives. So that is resistance. For me, the main source of suffering, if you will. And opposite to that is radical acceptance, the main source of freedom, the main source of peace and health and happiness. So why radical? Because some of you might be, feeling kind of awkward with the term radical. It sounds radical because it is. When we are immersed in a life crisis, like many of us here are, our decision to stop suffering, our decision to stop being a victim needs to be radical, needs to be total. So radical acceptance is the acceptance that is total. The yes to life that has no condition. It doesn't mean that we start agreeing with life, with everything that happens, that we start liking necessarily our circumstances, especially if they are hard and difficult and painful. But not agreeing and not liking doesn't mean resisting. We can be in disagreement, and at the same time we can accept that that is what is happening. The best way to know that something is what needs to be happening is because it is happening. And that is a universal law. Once we understand that, we accept life. We stop resisting. So that's why radical acceptance. Also, this term of radical relates to zero tolerance towards victimhood. So victimhood goes hand in hand with resistance. When we feel that is so unfair what is happening to me, when we start expecting more or different from life, when we think that life is owing us something or anything, right? And that is a little bit of an arrogant perspective, if you will. Whereas when we enter in acceptance, that is a call for humility. And once again, that is not passive. That doesn't mean that we stop striving for what we love and deserve and want and desire and want. On the contrary, but the attitude, the place from where we strive for that life that we want is a place of flow, a place of allowing, and a place of acceptance. So that is my invitation to all of you today, that we embrace radical acceptance, that we really assume a zero tolerance towards victimhood and towards resistance, and we start saying yes to life. I want to leave you today just with one phrase that for me really summarizes what radical acceptance is. And I find it so significant and so crucial. So if this could be your takeaway today, I would be very happy. So radical acceptance, amigos, means when we meet life on life's terms. When we meet life on life's terms. Thank you for joining. Like always, a joy and a pleasure. If you want to go deeper into these topics of emotional healing, remember that I have an introductory course on emotional healing for COVID long haulers that is applicable for all of us suffering in life right now. So go to the link in bio, get in touch with me. I am also doing some one-on-one sessions, very limited availability, but I can't wait to work with you on behalf of your best life. Mwah. Sending all my love. Ciao.